Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me today as I have my first look at MoteMancer. Indeed, it is, well, it is a factory builder, basically. And it was in the Steam, one of the Steams where they put all the demos on when they had all their factory builders and that sort of thing. And I think it got passed over by a lot of people, mainly because of the name. You know, I mean, Factorio and, you know, that sort of thing. They're very clear about what they are. You don't think, you know, Satisfactory is going to be a first-person shooter, or Factorio is going to be an RPG. You're pretty sure they're going to be a factory game. This, I think people might have thought it was a dungeon crawler or an RPG. I don't know. But anyway, it is very much that. The big difference is, instead of iron and copper and tin and that, you have the known elements as they were recognized in the days of alchemy. Not to say it's over, they just, you know, call it chemistry now, but that's okay. Motes, in their raw form, are fleeting whispers of the elements. Through alchemy, we refine and fuse their essence into useful reagents. Salt provides foundation and stability, and it is ground from the persistent elements shadow, water, and earth. Aether guides the flow of energy and power, and is drawn from the energetic elements of life, fire, and air. And I know some people pronounce it ether, but in alchemy it was actually pronounced aether, because ether was a completely different thing. Through alchemical binding, motes find form, joined with their partnered reagents, to weave a stable scaffold upon which true artifice begins. Still studying, a good habit for an alchemist. This character that you can see standing, this is like our mentor, our teacher. So we got your standard was D movement. Perfect. We can zoom in. We can zoom way out. It's quite the cool room in the middle of a not so cool looking area. Alright, let's have a chat with the teacher. There's always more to master, but clarity follows intent. The structures lie dormant, their power spent. Let's put your craft to use. Cast a mana flare to restore them. Watch closely and study their function. When you understand, gather the reagents from the chest and bring them to me. Alright, so we're going to go over here, and we have a grindstone. Okay. We have a gripper, transfers items from one to another. Okay, makes sense. We have a simple collector, placed on a mote field. Ah, okay, I guess these glowy bits are mote fields. Perfect, perfect. Alright, anyway, what they'd like us to do, this is kind of our sort of only power at the moment, if you will, is we can cast mana spheres, which supply power to the various alchemical devices, i.e. machines, that we're going to be dealing with. And this little device out here is a chest, a simple chest, and does exactly what you would expect a chest to do. It stores things. So, we will click upon it, that's left click on it, and then we will shift click these into our inventory. It's already making more of them, woohoo. And then come back over here. Splendid. Oh, we didn't even have to go back over there. Wow. We'll just yell across the room. Hey, splendid. Mana flare is a temporary but useful solution. Perhaps it's time to teach you to weave energy through life structures. Ooh, cool. I am eager to... Oh, God, right in the middle of it, man. No. The flow of elements is unraveling. I must contain the breaches. Entropy is piercing through. You can't stop it alone. You must go through. The planes remain stable on the other side. The flow of elements must be reignited before this world shatters. And you? I'll hold the line here. The life plane bridge is traversable. For now, this task falls to you. Alrighty. And, well, passage is open. Returning to this plane is not possible until the portal is restored from the other side. So what she kind of told us here, without being real big on it, is this entropic process that's leaking through is leaking through all these planes. This is based on the system that basically alternate universes were stacked on top of each other, and each one was driven by a different alchemical force. I understand. Your training may be incomplete, but your talent is undeniable. Begin with salt, and the elements will reveal themselves. Okay, I'm ready. I'm really not, but you know, you don't want to shame yourself in front of your teacher. Alright, forward we go. Isn't that cool? Check that out. What a unique way to go through a portal, eh? And then that's it, once you cross the line. And, like I said, it's leaking through. And you can just see the last of the life portal and the other one fading to nothing. Boom. Okay, so here we are. Brand new world. First thing we want to do is grab a few of the outline bits and bobs. Okay, here's one of these motes, like we saw in the other place. So you can just hold the button down, by the way, you don't have to keep clicking. But you do have to make sure you leave it on long enough that it actually gathers what you're after. Some things obviously take far more time than others. You'll notice everything here is giving us water, because this is a water mote. So, let's clear it off. You have a pretty good range, but it's not by any means infinite. And if you're building something and all of a sudden it doesn't want to build anymore, that's usually the first thing to look for. Is okay, and here's life motes. Those were all water motes. So if we follow this down, we come across this, which is a life mote. So, and same thing, we'll clear some of it off. Because we're going to be building a good portion of, well, the extraction machines that were in that little demo machine thing on the other plane. That's where they go, is onto these. Alright. Alright, good enough. Anyway, let's get on with the next thing. We've definitely harvested enough motes now, so we can claim that. Open your inventory with E. An interesting choice, but you know. There we go. This is what we gathered. Alright, craft aether and craft salt. This is our little crafting thing here. And it's broken into production and blah 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 blah. You people can read. These are our reagents. These are our raw resources, first produce. Right, the first thing you can turn them into, the sort of the refined form, the smelted version of your ore, if you will. And we're going to do, if you right click, it will give you 5. If you left click, it will give you 1. They want 5 of each, so we're going to do 10 of each because, well, you know. Alright, we can now claim that, and it will move the tutorial on. Craft a simple collector. Cast a mana flare next to a collector to give it power, and craft a grindstone. Now, I watched the developer play this, which is what actually convinced me to pick it up. Now, they made it look really easy, but the thing that also sets this apart, besides, you know, what some might just consider strange names for the same old, and it's not terribly obvious, but now it is. If I press G, the entire game is hex-based, right? So they would like us to craft, so we go to E, and we go to production, and they would like us to craft a simple collector and a grindstone. Well, we are going to have a fair bit of use for these, so I'm going to craft a couple more than they ask for. As you can see, it's getting a little bit on the darkish side. That's fine. Oops, I didn't wait long enough. There we are. Okay. There we are. There's the simple collector. I had to make 5 of them, so it's not going to give us the other one. Now, if we look here, we see we're starting to find stone. So there's another mode of life there. There's a mode of earth. Alright, we don't really need to worry about earth at the moment. But that tells you that you're getting close to an earth mode. Alright, so we built the grindstone and we have built the others. Now that unlocks... Oh, they want us to put a collector down. So let's do that. That's 1. These are collectors. Yeah, that is on a mote field, I guarantee you, my friend. And let's rotate it so... Well, I want it in here nice. Okay, 13,000. So yeah, this is 8,000. That'll be a good start. A little more there? Yeah, I thought so. Okay. So we're going to put 1 down. And then we're going to rotate and put another down. This is not the way they suggest you do it, but I say when I watched the developer, I think this is, I might have screwed that one up. I did. Okay. Let's take this one away. Simply right click on something and it's gone. Yeah, I went one too far with this one because I need to leave that centerpiece closed. Okay, that might be it. Rotate 1 more. And rotate 1 more. And rotate 1 more. Okay, now the reason for that is because I should be able to now power all of these with a single mote. Or mana flare, sorry. Everything's a mote. Okay, now they're collecting it. Of course, they're not doing anything to it, right? Because for that, we need it to go to something. In this case, grindstones. So, yeah. Oh, we can claim this now. There we are. And we'll get to what they're doing in a moment. So, if I take a grindstone... And I believe these will directly feed out. How about if I put one here and one here? Now hopefully I can power both of those with just... There we go. Alright, and they are producing actual aether. Right, because these are only producing the life motes, and these are making aether out of it. So there we've got a reasonable bit of aether production going. So let's go back over here, and I'm going to need some more of those. So let's get some more of those. And while we're waiting for that to happen, we'll continue to clean the area up a little bit, gather some crafting materials. Alright. Oh. I was going to build the wrong ones. I'm glad I noticed that. Oops. Go back in there. No, stop. Stop. Why won't you let go? Stop it. Leave my hand. No. Cancel. Jeez. Oh, maybe they only stack in 4s? That's weird. Yeah, that is weird. Alright, let's get these put down. We'll start with... that looks pretty good. And again, if we rotate it 1, we want to leave that square open, so that's still open. You should go right there. Oh, now I'm out of them, am I? Oh no. There we go. And oops. Wrong button. That's it there, I believe. Okay. No, it's only 5 of them. I should be able to put 6 in there. Well, okay, that's the same, so it should be that. And then this should fit there. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Alright, pop a little ball in the middle. Boom. Now let's grab a grinder. And I'm going to rotate it. Let me have a look. This way. Okay. There we are. They are producing salt. Alright, what would they like us to do? An infusion and craft at least 2 pedestals. Fuse aether, salt, prism. Oh, aether and salt prisms. Okay, to make salt prisms, we actually need to put them into another, whatchamacallit, grindstone. Now, I don't know that we can just port from one to another. I think we need... Well, we can't for the moment. We will be able to very soon. So I guess right now what we want to do is reagents and make sure we have a bunch of these ready for us, as well as those. Alright. Because we don't yet have any way to pull things out of things and move things off of belts. We don't, well, actually even have belts yet. But now, if you want a bunch of stuff, control-click on it. There we go. We now have 100 aether, so I didn't really need to craft them, I guess. We still need to craft the salt things, though. There we are. That'll make sure we can make lots of them. I'm going to cancel the aethers. There we go. Alright, so now they'd like us to cast an infusion altar. think I'm going to do that over here out of the way a little bit. Because this isn't going to last very long. It's not going to stay around very long. Infusion artifice, there we are. One infusion altar and a couple of pedestals. We'll let those do their thing. Oh, they have. Alright, good for you. Let's put the pedestals down and let's grab the infusion altar and we'll put that down as well. Okay, so first thing we need is this guy. And then the pedestals go basically anywhere on this ring. So, but they need to be powered, so for now we're going to put them reasonably close together. Well, I don't know if the pedestals need power, but that thing does. Okay. So, craft, do that. Fuse aether and salt. So, let's grab... let's do it the proper way. We will left click on that, and then we will shift click, shift click. Oops, sorry. Back out you go. It's this version of salt that they need. And boom. Now all of this stuff will become automated, of course. Now, what I'm making here are sort of the belts of the game. And you'll notice down here, that's filling in. There we are. We've unlocked some research. I kind of got a little bit ahead of ourselves. Could you go away? Stop. Go away. I don't know how to get rid of that now. But this opens our... Here. There we go. This opens our research thing, okay? As they told us here, use a simple gripper. So what we want to do, this research is complete, and what I just did by building those slabs was complete this one, which gives us shifting slabs. So we now have basically robotic arms and shifting slabs, which are belts. So now we get to do things like, let's charge up. Just click the space bar, then you can run around and charge up any of the mana that you need to. Ooh, these ones are almost empty. There we go. Okay, so now they would like us to use a simple gripper to place a salt prism onto a pedestal. So these guys here, right, let's... What are you? No, you're just plain salt. Well, I'm going to need that anyway, so let's grab those so that we can make some of these. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, now that we've opened up logistics, you can see we have why is it doing that? I'm trying to craft salt. Why is it crafting belts? That's weird. But anyway, oh, this is how many, oh, that's right. It makes it out of these, so that's how many we can make, but it'll use some of these, right? So I am going to craft up some of these. And then we're going to craft some of these. And we're going to put those there. Alright. Okay, so now what they want us to do is use a gripper to place a salt prism onto one of these. Now, what I want to do is I want to kind of automate salt prisms first of all. So we're going to need a grinder, and we're going to want it one away. Do I want it that way? I think I want it that way. One away. Okay, then we can use one of these guys. Now, green is grip, and the yellow is where it's going to put it. So let's go from here to here. Okay, and let's put down some power for these fine tools. Alright. Now, what we, oh, wait a minute. This is, oh, yeah, never mind. Completely wrong spot here. Yeah, alright. You need to combine aether and this to get the salt things. So I think what we're going to have to do is put one of these out. Okay. And then let's get some belts going. No, it's currently in free form, I believe. And let's do that. Then, oh, I'm too far away. That's why that wasn't working. Which is grabby? That is, okay. And we're going to need some power. Alright. And we're going to need power here. There we go. Alright, so it's now bringing us salt. Now this is temporary because I'm going to be taking these grinders off of here now that we have belts, and I'm going to wrap these around and have them feed the grinders on a separate system. But there we go, we've now done that. Oh, a salt prism onto a pedestal. We still need to get you guys up there. So if we turn you, let's see, probably this one maybe be our better bet. Sure. Why not? Oops. Ah, dopey. Heck's wrong with you, boy? There you go. Now, it's gonna go there, right? Ah, we're out. Figures. Oops. Ah. Oh, I hate that this pops up every single time. That is so bothersome. Ah, why did you shift again? Oh, it's going the wrong way. Crap. No, that's not working. That's okay, I'll figure it out. There we go. Now, oh, what? Really? No, after that you're not going to reach? I hate you. Alright, so we gotta go to there. That's not a big deal. It's just one piece of belt. Oh, for... Okay, bit of power. Okay. What? I thought that was the recipe for those. Yeah, one salt and one aether. Oh, you're supposed to craft it in a grindstone. Oh. Alright. Well, that makes it much easier. Got a way to stop that from doing that. Alright, let's figure this out now. We need a grindstone. So, and then we need 2 inputs. Alright, so let's see where those are going to end up. There. There, I think that will work. There. Okay, we should be able to light that all up with one charge. Alright. Okay, that is now producing the salt things that we need. So I think what we'll do suck this up. Yeah, I know. Oh, are these going quiet? Oh, yeah. Excuse me. There we go. Alright. So now that we have that, we want to set up this thing for some reason over here. Good. And pedestals, I guess. Here, what's the other thing we're going to put into it? Oh, they just want us to move a salt prism onto it for the moment. So let's just do what they want here. And then we'll be past that. Oh, power, huh? It's not going to reach anyway. Alright, so there's that. There is that. So now, I'm going to take all these away. There we go. Not sure how many this will put in here before it stops. I don't get it, it's not even actually producing anything. Because we don't have chests yet, where I'd build a chest. Oh, we do. Never mind. Perfect. Well, we'll leave you running then. Alright. So, we'll do the Tinker's Table thing in a minute. What I want to do is remove these. Okay, because now, like I said, we have belts. So, these things will actually feed no. Too soon. There we go. Oops. I don't really like this one doing it that way. So I think what we'll do is we'll shrink this back one. Do this. Am I out of them? Oh no. Oh, I'm too far away. Yeah, like I said, if things suddenly stop doing what you were expecting them to do, that's usually what's going on, I've figured. Okay. You see how it formed a merge? So the... Yeah. This has got to... I forgot, this isn't even what we're looking for. This stuff will all get set up later, but not this way. Alright. Okay. Now, from this one, okay. So now we've got all of these feeding out. So let's change them into salt. There we go. And this will go to I guess I can go straight. Okay, that should be enough. Now let's get those and that one. No. That way. Okay, now with one of these. Those should be powered. Okay. There we've got a proper salt setup. And in fact, I do believe we can put a third one in, because 6 of these will supply 3 of these. So let's go. Where is our best spot? I guess here, eh? Now you can't power this one off the others, obviously. But where do I want it? Here. Probably a little more compact, tucked away in there, actually. And there we go. There we are. Perfect. So there. Now we are actually producing pretty much the top amount of salt we can produce. Okay. Now as for salt prisms, we'll gladly run one of these down there. And renew that. So we're going to want the grabby bit going that way. And no. Okay, and you need power as well. There you go. Oh, forgot about these. Again, this is temporary. We'll not only get a an extension on the reach of these, but very shortly after that, we'll actually eliminate these completely. So, now I'm going to do the same thing for that we did for this. Take advantage of the full production of these. So, and we still got 2 entire outlets of salt we can do other things with. Even if that decide to just simply expand this bit, that's fine. So, let's take these, and then pop those out of there. Alright. Now, belts. And let's go. I suppose, actually, there's no reason to merge 2 belts, is there? There we go. Now, let's break that off. Probably to here as well. Sure, we got room over here, why not? Why not? Oh, actually no, let's start with these. And 1, 2, 3. And then no, it's not going to work. Okay, let's take that out of there. Did I run 1 grinder too few over here? No, I've got all 3 of them on. Alright. Alrighty. And then there we go. Power them up. That's not what I wanted. There we go. And then we can Yeah, I guess we're pretty much do that. Oh, stop with that thing. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. Good start. Yeah, we'll, oh, they want us to research elemental binder, which is this way. I think we kind of need to do the Tinker's Table first. You know? So we need... Wow, there's a lot in there. I don't want all of those. I'll take those. Okay. And... wrong one. There we go. And now we need to okay, we need 10 of those. All right. Oh, I need to put, never mind. Yeah, I need to produce those in the whatchamacallit, one of the... Would we not have a... Oh, we don't have it down anymore, that's why. This guy, the infusion altar. Alright. Yeah, I should have put these on the other side. Although we do have underground belts now, so... But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to let it go here. I just realized how long we've been at this. So, yeah, I think I'm going to move these to the other side. Just to make it easier to move up with those. Yeah, we don't have the split belt things yet. Yeah. Okay. I will do that. Take good care of each other. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And until next time, ciao for now.